Perennial of all perennials.
Why is that?
Because it's the first flower I noticed when I was a child.
Oh,
and
that's so
my
sweet.
grandmother had them also, so you got those memories. Hers only bloomed in the spring. Look, you see those?
Yeah,
Where I
did.
was standing there?
Yes.
That was in the fall.
What?
Honey, they bloom in the spring
What kind
and
of
again in the
magician
fall.
wizardry is going on with these?
Again, the science comes to the rescue of the beauty, and more beauty through great horticulture science. But there's breakers right there. There's that nice deep blue
gosh.
one. And these are my three favorite bearded iris of all of the rebloomers. There are a lot of rebloomers out there, but some of them don't bloom that great in the fall.
Oh, and there's Harvest
These
of Memories,
do.
the yellow.
And Harvest of Memories is exactly that. All three of these varieties, by the way, are extremely fragrant.
Wow.
And that's what I love. It's a nice, nothing smells like the iris flower. It's fabulous. And I would always be sad when I was a kid because, I'd go to my grandmother's house and I'd look and it would just be the foliage there.
Yeah.
And the iris would have finished. And she didn't have these because they weren't around then.
Right.
But you're going to get the beautiful Harvest of Memories. You're going to get Immortality, which is, by the way, that was the first of the reblooming iris, and it's absolutely snow white. I love those.
Those are beautiful.
And then you get the nice deep blue breakers right here. These are our facsimiles. Yours are going to look boom. My iris started blooming, by the way, yesterday.
Oh, how exciting. Perfect timing.
So I'm in iris season right now, and we're shipping out bare root irises. We couldn't get any in pots this year, but these will bloom this fall. They're not going to bloom this spring because we're already into iris blooming season.
And they look like that
but
right
the
there.
irises, let me give you a little tip from the horticulturist.
Okay.
You only plant them about this deep. In other words, don't plant them deep because they'll have that root on top of the ground that looks like a sweet potato.
Can you point again? Show us again.
Only to there, very shallow. And also, they like full sun to slight shade, and also not a wet area, but they will take drought. And I don't mulch mine because it holds too much moisture. So that's one less thing you have to do.
Boy,
I have my
tip.
established iris beds. The iris are the only thing I have there. It's my tight little bed. You can plant these about a foot apart, and then this is the look you'll have. Planted a foot apart. This is the look, whether it's in the ground or in containers. And these can stand extreme cold in a container in the wintertime. You don't have to bring the
Okay, that
pot
actually
in.
shocks me to pieces that it's in a container and it can take a winter.
Well, I use these on gardens in Aspen, Colorado, and I've got some in large containers, and these will grow in shallow soil the same way that our succulents will that we've got coming up. But if you've got shallow soil areas that are in a sunny area, the iris are perfect. This is around the vegetable garden, in a garden that I'm going to in Greenwich on Monday. That garden's going to be on tour on June 1st. So I'm getting all ready for that. And there's the beautiful breakers with its great fragrance. And it's that nice deep purple blue, but you'll get blooms in late spring and then again in early fall. The stalks are about 2 to 3 feet tall, and the regular German irises, once they bloomed the one time in the spring, then the foliage started to go dormant. And so it looked rough looking during the summer. But because these are rebloomers, they're sending up new foliage all summer. It is always fresh looking, and you've got that nice bold foliage. It beats the pants off of any ornamental grass out there.
Oh my gosh, I can tell you,
in between time.
When we lived in Germany, when I was a little girl, the first time I saw an iris was in Berchtesgaden, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. But I remember the lady who ran the inn was saying they don't last very long, so you chose a good time to be here. And I always thought, gosh, I wish they could last longer. That certainly would be nice. Here we go, because we have this for you today. It's $22.98 to get all 3 colors home. You don't choose a color, you get all 3. That's $7.66 a plant.
But let me tell you another something. That's a great value.
It is.
Also to find something that you're going to find German irises and bearded irises in the stores. They'll be the one-time bloomers.
Right.
You won't see these. That's what I love about this. But back to the science again. These are multi-stalked, which means that you have a lot of blooms and branching of the stalks down low. That's what happens. That enables these to bloom longer than the ones you saw in Germany. Because the science, we've got the multiple stalks, which means it lasts longer.
Got it.
And so lots and lots of blooms. And when they're blooming, it's a time to have a little party. I mean, mine are blooming now. I had the guys over mulching yesterday. I put out rods. I said, don't go near my irises. I'm telling you, you'll
Phillip will
have
hiss at
no
you if you
job.
go near them. And I haven't seen it, but I've heard, hey, these bloom in late spring and early fall, so
Yes.
the price is gone at the end of the day. This is your favorite, which stopped me in my tracks when I read it. That's a bold statement.
It's my favorite. It's the first flower I noticed when I was a child, and I pointed to it and I said, pretty. And
So
my mama
sweet.
had me in the stroller. That's how little I was.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures of myself at Easter, which is when they bloom in Mississippi, always in front of my mom's iris bed, because she made the iris bed for me.
Oh,
so I was too young to
that's
make
so
the bed then, but she made it for me, and
That's
thank
so
you,
lovely.
Mama.
I just want to show you one more quick time. This is exactly what you're getting. You're getting 1, 2, 3 roots. And can you remind us again, how deep do we plant them?
Exactly. You see this part right here? Just plant it where you barely got it in the ground. Barely in the ground.
Even a little bit of the root sticking out at the bottom.
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Absolutely fine. And I always put a little flag by brand new things so I don't accidentally mow over it or step on it. That's just a little trick, because it's like,
So
oh, I
sweet.
can't believe this happened.
Right.
Well, just stick that flag there. I keep a bundle of construction flags in my garage
So
just
smart.
to keep myself safe.
So smart. And you're the expert. Sounds like
Look
we
at
should be
that.
doing that too. They're
Look at there.
absolutely beautiful. Free shipping. Continue to